Late August in New Jersey. It's a warm summer day. The sun shines bright in the nearly cloudless blue sky. A loud buzz can be heard throughout the forest and woodland, that of a cicada. Depending on the species, cicadas can live from 2 to nearly 20 years. However, they all have in common that they only spend one summer above ground. Cicada nymphs live beneath the ground, leaching sap from tree roots. From time to time, the brown-colored nymph molts to grow out of its smaller, firmer shell. They live this subterranean life for many years, until, one summer night, they make their way out of the ground. They emerge from the ground and start to climb up a nearby tree trunk or other generally vertical object. The yet wingless cicada cling tight to the bark and begin their final molt. In the back of their nymph stage exoskeleton cracks open and they begin to slowly get out. First their head, then their abdomen. The newly molted adult cicada is, of course, not instantly ready for flight. Its wings and new exoskeleton are still weak, soft, and bent. The molting process of a cicada takes up to 6 hours, depending on the species and the weather conditions. Near the end of the cicada's final molt, it can be seen clinging to either its former, now empty exoskeleton or tree bark, hanging by its forearms. Blood rushes to the wings and they begin to take proper shape and stiffen. The adult coloration of the cicada steadily fades in. And, once it's ready, it takes its first flight. Now, it only has a few weeks in the summer to find a mate and reproduce until it inevitably dies. The noise heard from a cicada are made by males, whereas the females are silent. Male cicadas have a unique organ called a timbal, which is a rigid membrane found in the back of their abdomen. The timbal is used to make the sound cicadas are known for. Specific muscles called timbal muscles contract and relax at a very, very high rate, tugging at the timbal muscle. Each time the timbal muscle contracts, tugging at the membrane, it causes a clicking sound as the ribbed, rigid membrane bends, and when it relaxes, the timbal membrane springs back. Cicadas prefer to sing during the sunny, open skies and are less likely to sing in overcast weather. The noise that male adult cicadas produce are so loud that under correct conditions, it can be heard as far as 2.5 kilometers away. The loud buzzing is intended to attract the mate, but it can also attract a deadly danger. Cicadas wasps are a group of large wasp species of genus Species, which particularly prey on cicadas. Here, on the North American East Coast, lives the Eastern cicada killer wasp, also called just the Eastern cicada killer. Adult cicada killers too, like the prey cicada, have but one summer to live. Cicada killer wasps tend to avoid conflicts with people and are primarily diurnal, active during the day, hiding in the burrows at night. The Eastern cicada killer wasp can grow up to 5 centimeters. Adults feed on flower nectar, while nymphs feed on cicadas. Females usually grow larger than males, and for the summer they have a head, and they need to be. After overwintering as larvae in a burrow dug by their mother, they emerge as adults in the summer. Often, males emerge as adults earlier. Mating occurs once the females emerge. After mating, the male cicada killer dies. Female cicada killers are then left to dig a burrow, where they will end up laying their eggs after dragging their prey in. Female cicada killers then work on digging out a burrow in places with soft soil. A cicada killer burrow can be easily identified as they often have a pile of dirt or sand beside the opening. Cicada killer wasps dig a burrow by first loosening dirt with their jaws and using their back legs to push out the soil. After finishing digging the burrow, the female cicada killers then search for cicadas to hunt. Upon finding a cicada, instead of immediately killing it, their sting paralyzes the cicada. The cicada, upon being paralyzed, tends to fall downwards, but not always. Of note, cicadas are rather heavy for insects, and even though the Eastern cicada killer wasp is one of the larger wasps in the area, they still have trouble bringing home a cicada. Cicada killers can be seen either dragging fallen cicadas directly to the burrows the wasps made, or hauling their prey up a tree and onto a branch so that the cicada can be dropped closer to the wasp's burrow. The female cicada killer drags the cicada into its burrow, which it repeats up to 2 more times, as there tends to be 1 to 3 cicadas per nest room. Once the last cicada is dragged in, the female lays a single egg on the last cicada before leaving and sealing the nest chamber. When not hunting cicadas, cicada killers can be seen busily digging. The cicada killer wasp's egg will hatch in a few days after being laid, and the larva will then eat for about a week, generally leaving only the fresh cicada's exoskeleton. Meanwhile, above the ground, cicadas continue to make a ruckus. As adults, most species of cicada are least active at night. Generally speaking, cicada species can be put into one of two groups: annual cicadas and periodical cicadas. Species of annual cicadas steadily emerge throughout the summer, while on the other hand, species of periodical cicadas emerge together all at once. Annual cicadas come out almost every year or so, while periodical cicadas come out once about every 2 decades. Cicadas can grow to be from 2.5 centimeters to 5 centimeters, species depending. Aside from whether or not they can sing, males and females could also be distinguished by the existence, or lack thereof, of an organ called an ovipositor. An ovipositor is an organ at the tip of a female cicada's tail that she uses to cut into wood and lay her eggs. A male cicada, without an ovipositor, has a much more rounded tail end of their abdomen, whereas the female's ends at the point. If a female cicada likes the song of a male cicada, she will click with her wings. They mate with their tail ends against each other. The female then lays hundreds of eggs in holes in wood that she dug out, and sometimes on the other side of leaves. Up to a little over 2 months later, cicada nymphs hatch from the eggs and fall to the ground. The newly hatched cicada nymphs then dig underground until they reach the tree's roots, where they will suck sap from until it is their time to surface. However, as things go, there will come a time when a cicada will sing its last song and take its last flight. When autumn arrives, the last of the adult cicadas and cicada killers will die. The cicada killer larvae will spin a silky cocoon around itself and will overwinter in it, emerging from its burrow next summer as an adult. Soon, all that's left of the events that happened over the past summer are the empty husks of cicadas still hanging where they were left all those months ago. After the cool winter chill passes and the warmth of the temperate summer sun warms the ground once again, cicadas and cicada killers alike will emerge from the ground like the predecessors before them to experience the summer.